Hey guys, I told you I am going to use the F word today. Told you to log in, 4 o'clock right now Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to use that F word. Fat. I've said it. Fat. That is a word that we all hate. Many of us hate it even worse than the other F word. But today, we're going to talk exactly about that bad word and how we can fix it. We're seeing all these drug companies making hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars on drugs that try and focus on fat. Oh wait, they actually talk more about weight loss. Weight loss and fat loss are two different things, guys. See, there's only two options. Only two options when fat comes into your body. It's either going to be stored or it's going to be burned. Those are your only two options. Okay, we want to really break this down because burning fat is not hard. It really isn't. So we want to look at the simplistic part of it. Comes in, it's either stored, areas we don't want it to, or cholesterol, triglycerides, the body fat, whatever form it's stored in, or it's going to be burned. Those are the only two options. So most of us, we say, well, we're going to go to the gym. We're really going to burn that fat. Well, guess what? The dirty little secret about burning fat is that fat cannot be burned until it is digested. Now, many of you have heard me say that for years, right? Any of you that have been following me, way back 27 years ago, I started talking about fat can't be burned until it's first digested. So over these 27 years, I've had several different, very popular products. Many of you are on them. A product called Heart Health was one of them. And it was focused on digesting fat. Well, when you go to the gym, you're thinking you're going to start burning fat, but guess what? You're not. See, fat can't start being burned until after average 45 minutes at the gym. 45 minutes. So for the first 45 minutes of you on that elliptical doing whatever it is you're doing, for the first 45 minutes you're burning only carbohydrates and protein. Many of you after starting a workout have said, man, as long as I really work hard in the beginning of a new workout or a new program or a new product, I can lose some weight. But you're burning muscle for the first 45 minutes. You're burning muscle. You're simply eating yourself away. So really, I mean, the truth of the matter is, think about it. If you're just eating yourself away and you drop 5 pounds, how many of you said, man, I'm so excited I dropped 5 pounds in this new program of mine, when in reality you've just eaten 5 pounds of your muscle away. A faster way to drop 5 pounds is cut an arm off. You ever cut your arm off and go say, hey, I lost 5 pounds? Well, technically you might have, but we're talking about fat. Fat burning, fat digestion. Those two have to go hand in hand. I've talked for years about fat digestion, but burning is also important. Let me give you an analogy. We drill down into the earth and we can get crude oil, and we know crude oil is valuable. The value on oil and barrels of oil continue to go up because it's valuable for so many different things. Well, one of the things that this oil can do is be processed or broken down into gasoline. We take that gasoline, we put it in our car, our truck, whatever it is, and we use it as a source of fuel, or burn it as a source of fuel. And so that oil in that form has to be broken down before it can be utilized. Think of it this way. If I take that crude oil, and next time your car or your truck runs out of gas, take some of that crude oil, take some of that oil that you buy at the store, whatever, and throw it in your gas tank. See how far that's going to get you. Well, that oil goes into that gas tank. It's got two options. It can either sit there in the bottom of your gas tank, or it can be burned. It can't be burned because it's not broken down into a form that can be burned. That process. That same thing goes on within our body with fat. Crude oil is valuable. Fat is valuable. Crude oil has to be broken down into a burnable form of fuel to drive or create energy. Our fat has to be broken down into a form of fatty acid to be burned. Now, science shows us, and it's not hard to figure out, lipase is an enzyme that digests or breaks fat down so that it can be burned. Lipase is the key. In our previous product, we had only 3 grams of lipase. The new product would have 15. Our newest product, guys, Metabolic Restore, is not only going to digest your fat, but it's going to burn or metabolize that fat as well, which is the second part, the part we've always been missing. That part is what I want to talk about here today. The digestion of the fat was easy. It's been easy for years. I've done that so many different times, but there's 3 different forms of fat that what we talk about in the body: cholesterol, triglycerides, and adipose or body fat. Now, all 3 of those are important, but if they get too high, they're damaging to our body. They can be detrimental. They can cause death. And we're seeing drug companies capitalize on this by stimulating different parts of the body to do things. Do you know that drug companies, the most popular cholesterol or fat companies, are companies that cause the pancreas, stimulates the pancreas to produce more lipase. So they're selling you a drug that stimulates, chemically stimulates, artificially stimulates that pancreas to start producing enzymes, one of which is lipase, because they know the higher the lipase, the more we digest that fat, so now the body can burn it. Well, the downside is they're not telling you that stimulation of the pancreas over this period of years causes the pancreas to, as soon as we get off that drug, say, whew, can't produce those enzymes the same as I was. That lipase that I was producing when I was taking this drug, the stimulation's not there anymore, so my lipase production goes down. Study after study after study is showing this. And it's causing so much stress and detriment to other aspects and other organs in the body. We have to get away from it and just look at how we do it naturally. Lipase is what we need. Get away from the drugs. Now, I've always shared that part. I've always taught that part. I've always had lipase enzymes for all of the products, for triglycerides, cholesterol, and body fat. But the burning part is now the part that I want to talk about. We don't want to have to go to the gym and say, okay, 45 minutes from now, I'm going to start burning fat. You know, today I went to the gym, and because of our new product and program, as I was stepping onto that treadmill or onto that elliptical, it's what I do, but as I was stepping onto that elliptical, in my mind I'm thinking, I'm actually burning fat the second I start. I don't got to wait 45 seconds. Then I get out, I go get in my truck, I'm driving down here to the office, and I'm thinking, I'm burning fat right now. Because fat is easy to burn in a burnable form, and that's it. Get here to the office, I'm working at my desk, thinking, I'm actually burning fat as I sit here working at my desk. Folks, burning fat's not hard. But processing that fat into a burnable form is the hard part. So what we have done is in a proprietary formula that I've created. It's taken me years of thinking about it. Many of you know that I have not come out with a true fat loss or weight loss product or program because I had one shot at it. I'm telling you, it clicked, and I finally found the ingredients in a proprietary way that I put together, had it manufactured, and it's only available to you, people in this company. Restore Health Plus is the only place in the world you can get this proprietary formula. The lipase enzymes, and then green coffee bean. Green coffee bean is really the key to burning fat. Chlorogenic acid, its most potent form of chlorogenic acid, the most potent form you can find is in coffee beans. But when those coffee beans are roasted or cooked, like I've talked all about with everything else you cook or process, it reduces the quality, the quantity, and the enzymes to make the nutrients available. Chlorogenic acid in a green coffee. So we use a green coffee bean, raw, organic, clean, natural, break it down. We're using a 4-to-1 scenario, 4-to-1 ratio, meaning we use 4 parts of the coffee bean to break down a concentration of 1 strong quantity of chlorogenic acid. Chlorogenic acid, go look at it, look at the studies. Studies will show you, we'll start producing a lot of these studies and showing you chlorogenic acid is what is required and needed to start that burning of the fat. The highest quantity of chlorogenic acid is in the coffee bean, as I said. And in the green coffee bean, it's more active than in any other form found on the earth. So now, we simply, and this is just the first part of the program, you're going to see all the rest coming out, but right now, in the Metabolic Restore, we have to restore our metabolism, and metabolism is defined as the burning or utilization of nutrients. The only way you can restore metabolism or restore burning of fat is to increase the breakdown of the fat and then also increase the ability or the burning part of it, which is the chlorogenic acid. Studies of these 2 ingredients and then put together for cholesterol, triglycerides, and body fat with some of the other support products that we have in our line now, we truly have the parts to a weight loss program that is going to be natural, non-stimulatory, science-based, nature-based. As you know, I've said for years and years and years and years, if you'll go back to the basics of nature, we're going to be fixed. We're going to just follow those laws. I don't know a single person that's smarter than God. So let's quit trying to fix what's going on without first going back to his basics of his nature. And that is lipase enzyme digest fat, chlorogenic acid, green coffee. From the green coffee increases that burning or utilization of that fat. So now we're burning fat 24/7 because we've got stores of fat ready to be burned, broken down form. It's like that crude oil that's broken down into a usable form of gas. We can do that now. It's not that hard to do. I hope you join us. The Metabolic Restore is doing just that. The following programs that we put together around Metabolic Restore, you're going to see, I believe, will be revolutionary. I think it's going to be way more successful than any of the drugs that are being used out there long term because of we don't have the side effects and we're doing it naturally. We're using less caffeine than in a cup of coffee. So any of you that are thinking, oh, that green coffee bean, there must be caffeine in it and it stimulates, it's stimulatory, I'm going to get jittery. Study after study after study shows the quantities that we are using is less caffeine than a cup of coffee. You have the chlorogenic acid to start that burning of those fats now that we've digested them. And now your weight loss is fat loss, not tissue loss. It's not that hard. Any of you that know me for years, for 20 plus years, almost 30 years, I've taught get back to the basics of nature. And that's what we're doing with our fat digested program. Metabolic Restore. Our tagline on your Metabolic Restore is digest it, burn it, lose it. It's that simple. Guys, I hope you check our website out. I hope you send us emails, send us questions, comments, whatever it is. We want to hear from you. We want to know how it's going. This product will not be available at this price for very long. We launched it yesterday. It will not be available, and right now it's $29.95 for your Metabolic Restore. $29.95 to restore your metabolism the way that it should be. It's not going to stay at that price for very long. So I hope you give it a try. With any questions, let us know. This is what we do. This is what we love. Couple that with your alkalizing Kangen water, so you burn, digest fat. Your body is going to be more natural, more alkaline, using the nutrients the way that it's supposed to be utilized. True natural fat loss, cholesterol, triglycerides, body fat. Join us, give us a call, let us know. Restore Health Plus, that's the website. You can read about the product. We'll be putting more studies up there as it comes. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to sharing more with you as we roll out this whole entire program. Thank you all. Talk to you later.